Is Trump the more powerful crypto candidate? Yes.
Because if we don't do it, China's going to be doing it.
He couldn't say too much.
I thought it was pretty genuine.
I'm not a Trump guy.
He knew anything about crypto.
You guys, I appreciate you.
We're headed over to Bitcoin Conference Day 3, the last day. This is when everything is going to peak for the day, for the weekend, and probably for Bitcoin in general as far as conferences go. The rumor is that Trump will be on stage with Elon Musk, and they'll discuss adding Bitcoin to the treasury as a strategic reserve asset. Nobody knows that Musk is coming. If that happens, it's going to set the world absolutely on fire. Really trying to get a feeling for the vibe, how people are feeling about it, if they feel like it's really a genuine pivot or if this is just a political move. So we're going to talk to people on the ground and try to figure that out. But man, what a huge day for Bitcoin.
That's dope.
Everyone's always like, gets us confused. We have the same like exact logo with the wolf. It's like the same icon wolf. It's amazing. What's your name?
Gav.
So are you work with them? It's it's you.
Company, yeah.
You are Wolf
I'm
Financial.
Wolf, yes.
Fucking awesome. Two wolves.
Two wolves.
I feel like one of these things is not like the other one for some reason. We're making every effort to get into the main stage for Trump and likely Musk right now. It's absolutely crazy, lines everywhere, and it's all being run by Secret Service, so it doesn't matter who you are, what pass you have, who you know, they're shutting it down. So trying to make some moves and get in there, but if we don't, we'll watch it elsewhere, get people's reactions and see what happens, but see if we can get in here. We just got in, we're sitting here waiting for Trump to come on. We're gonna see if Musk actually joins him. It was a bit of a zoo getting in. We had to flip some wristbands and do some things and work some angles, but here we are, we're ready. Obviously the energy here, the excitement is palpable. This room is absolutely packed. Everybody's standing up, just waiting. Probably go live on Twitter, let you guys see it. We're all waiting for the speech. Looks like it should happen in about 10, 15 minutes. If you look up here, Ron Paul outside talking, obviously. Everyone here probably a huge fan since he's sort of the founder of the modern libertarians. Big Bitcoiner early. People went nuts even when he came on the screen, so I can't imagine what's about to happen with this thing. It's gonna be nuts.
I want to give Donald Trump a Bitcoin, non-custodial Bitcoin, and I want us to officially greet him as a Bitcoiner. So with that, we're going to be joined by the 45th and hopefully 47th President of the United States. All right, not ready yet, not ready yet.
Well, as all of the Bitcoin luminaries and legends here, you have legends in this room. They really are. Congratulations. Would the legends please stand? Oh, everyone's standing anyway. The reason I've come to address the Bitcoin community today can be summed up in two very simple words. America first. Because if we don't do it, China's going to be doing it, others are going to be doing it. Let's do it and do it right. And if I am elected, it will be the policy of my administration, United States of America, to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the U.S. government currently holds or acquires into the future. We'll keep 100%. I hope you do well, please. This will serve in effect as the core of the strategic national Bitcoin stockpile.
It is actually bigger news than Trump's speech, by the way, because it's actual action from the current government as opposed to what might happen in the future. We can go back to Senator Lummis.
A network of secure storage vaults, purchase program, and other programs to ensure the transparent management of Bitcoin holdings of the federal government.
She said they're going to buy 5% of the world's
a minimum
Bitcoin
of 20 years
to be held for a minimum of 20
and
years.
reduce our debt.
You gotta love that. That's about as good as you could hope for. It's bigger than the Trump announcement, to be honest. 5% of the Bitcoin supply to reduce our debt.
Bitcoin is, as President Trump just said, we are printing too much money. We are spending too much money. We printed in 22 months during COVID the same amount of money that had ever been printed in the history of the United States.
That was
Well,
under
no
Donald
more.
Trump,
With a strategic
not under Biden.
Bitcoin
She's
reserve,
right, but that was under
we
Donald
will
Trump.
have an asset.
So listen, we just heard Trump speak. We heard Cynthia Lummis present her bill, the idea for a strategic Bitcoin reserve. What was your first reaction to the speech?
Well, you know, I work in DeFi, so I'm not too exposed to the Bitcoin side of it. Of course, indirectly, because when Bitcoin moves, everything else moves. But I would say I'm underwhelmed by Trump's speech, really. I think I don't feel like he knew anything about crypto. I mean, the way he says, he's like, crypto and Bitcoin, like that's kind of how my grandpa would like jokingly talk about it. I'm not gonna lie. So I was hoping for more, real policy.
I think I was as well. That was
Yeah.
exactly my first initial reaction, which was sort of interesting that then they sent Lummis out with a real bill and
Right.
policy for a strategic reserve. But I did
Right.
feel like, to your point, he kind of hit the main talking points.
Yes.
Fire Gary Gensler, you know,
Yes.
never sell your Bitcoin. He clearly had a good
The memes,
speechwriter.
right?
Maybe we'll give him credit that he's trying,
I'll give him credit for that.
because it's
Definitely.
been a new pivot, but it
Yeah.
did feel forced and written.
I agree. I mean, he came here for a reason, and the Bitcoin community is super powerful voter base. I'm sure you want them on your side because it's an undeniable group of voters in America. Everyone knows that. I'm just, is he probably the best crypto candidate? No. I think RFK is smarter about crypto.
Yeah.
Is Trump the more powerful crypto candidate? Yes.
Obviously.
If I'm looking to make my choice on a crypto, like on that topic, who am I going to go for? I don't know. But I do feel like at least it's on his radar, which unfortunately in the Democratic Party, it doesn't seem to be on the radar at all. So if you have the choice, it's definitely, they would be the lowest tier of the three.
Being a Bitcoiner for like the last 4 years, it's really surreal to see him actually talk specifically about Bitcoin, and it really solidifies it as a legitimized asset. I mean, like across the board. So I mean, the surrealness is something to behold.
I 100% agree with that. I never thought it would be on this stage. Did you feel like he was genuine in the speech? Like he really got it? He'd been orange pilled? What'd you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I think being a political savant that he is, I think that it's definitely crafted in a way to get that message across, but also I felt that it was specific enough to get that sense it was like that he really meant what he was saying. I mean, I think that enough people got into his ear, important people in our industry, to really get into his head about, the way he talked to us. I thought it was pretty genuine.
All right, guys, we're looking for initial reactions to Trump's speech that he just gave inside. I'm sure everybody basically heard it. And then Cynthia Lummis came out and said, we're going to do a bill, actually make Bitcoin a strategic reserve asset. How'd you feel about the speech?
I like parts of the speech, particularly the parts that you talked about custody of Bitcoin. I think it's very important that people hold their own Bitcoin safely in their own hands. Making Bitcoin a strategic reserve asset for the United States is a smart move, because we all know Bitcoin is going to be the global reserve currency. So I think that might end up strengthening the dollar, for some time. I think I like the parts about Bitcoin. Of course, may not necessarily share his political views, but it's a step in the right direction.
This is our fourth time coming for the Bitcoin conference, and every year there's always something new. This year, I think it was really great to see President Donald Trump coming to give a speech. And one big aspect about crypto is when you own Bitcoin, you become your own bank. And he really mentioned about cryptocurrency owners to be able to have non-custodial wallets instead of forcing them to have custodial wallets. So that's a very good policy that's going to help in this space, for us to know that, we can have our Bitcoin and control our public and private keys at the same time. Yeah.
Last but not least, man, what'd you think of the speech?
Okay, so first off, we're here to promote our blockchain summit at Howard University.
Oh, nice.
And so one of the things that they were saying about it is that there's a commitment on a future Trump administration to ensure the integrity of the coin and not allow it to be regulated by, federal FDIC or others. So that notion is very appealing. And so in its own right, it should move forward. I'm not a Trump guy. I have an opinion on the part of his speech that is related to Bitcoin, right? The part of his speech that was related to crypto. And then the other stuff, I didn't need.
I feel you. I tend to agree with that sentiment. Thank you guys. I appreciate you sharing. So we can get that picture real quick. And we've been stopping people, asking them what they thought of Trump's speech, which just happened, and we have a unique opportunity. He said he was sitting right behind Saylor.
Yeah, I was sitting behind Michael Saylor. I think he had a really positive reaction to whatever Trump said. He was clapping whenever they made a big announcement. He said a lot of really positive things, especially about the strategic asset. And I think if they do buy 1 million Bitcoin over the next 5 years, it'll be absolutely amazing. The one thing that I think is that he couldn't say too much, because if he said too much, other countries might start buying Bitcoin, and it will basically make it harder for America to buy.
Yeah, we're front running ourselves on the announcement and price, so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
I was talking to someone else actually, and in the press, apparently, they're saying that he didn't make a full commitment towards the policy. But I think maybe it's actually better that he didn't.
Yeah, well, Lummis did it right after him.
Lummis did it, yeah. But apparently in the media, they haven't really given a positive spin.
All right, man. Thanks for your perspective.
Yeah.
Much appreciated, bro.
Nice.
Thank you.
Twice this weekend, I was talking to 2 different people, and they were saying how much they loved your podcast. And they were like, and they said to me, what was the name of that guy he just interviewed? And they were talking about, and she was like describing to a T the podcast. That I don't listen to your podcast. And I was like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. She's like, you do? I'm like,
at least you faked it. Oh, you didn't. You told them.
I told both of them, sorry, I don't listen to his podcast.
I mean, you need like an extra 10 hours a week just to keep up, so it's fair.
Yeah. If only I
Sad
didn't have a job or something and I could listen to your podcast.
I'll give you the what Jake Paul gave me.
I still have love for you.
Leaving day 3 of Bitcoin conference here in Nashville. We just heard Trump speak. We heard Cynthia Lummis's big announcement. We gathered a few people and asked their opinions on what they thought of the speech. And it was actually kind of a mixed bag. And that's how I felt about it as well, to be honest. I thought that he hit all the good talking points, all the serious ones. Fire Gary Gensler, never sell your Bitcoin. But I want to see it mature a bit more and feel like it's a bit more genuine. I'm obviously a Kennedy supporter. And for me, he seemed like much more genuine and deeply into Bitcoin than the competitors. So for me, I'm going to take what we can get, but I still think that that's where my money is if we have a chance to win. But all in all, an absolutely insane conference. They did a tremendous job. I don't know how in a month they gathered enough security and Secret Service and prepared for that to have all of these people in the building, but they did an absolutely great job. I don't know how you do bigger than the maybe future president of the United States and past president of the United States as your keynote speaker, but I guess we'll see next year in Vegas.